I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think it's something that a lot of students overreact to. I know it breaks down every once in a while, but I mean, if it wasn't around, we would have to be walking or taking a bus or waiting for a bus to get from campus to campus.
I don't actually use the PRT. I try and avoid it as much as possible, mostly because all of my classes are on Evansdale, but I avoid it because it's not as reliable as it could be.
Then that can be really difficult. So I think, the overreaction to it breaking down causes it, to receive a lot of harsh criticism, but I think it's a really positive thing that we have on campus here.
Space, distance, time, all are important as the Earth becomes more crowded and man's affairs more complex. Just getting from one place to another is often a major undertaking in many American cities. It can turn into an ordeal. An experimental system of transportation offering a solution to urban America's problems of space, distance, and time is the Personal Rapid Transit System, the PRT.
West Virginia University, founded in 1867 with current president E. Gordon Bee, once home to celebrities such as Billy Mays and Steve Harvey, is not the first university most would think of when it comes to leaps in transportation. Built in the early 1970s, the PRT is a driverless transit system that was funded with the help of the Nixon administration and former West Virginia Senator Robert Byrd. To get a better idea of how it functions, I visited the primary PRT maintenance facility to talk to the current director of transportation at WVU to figure out why it was made, how it works, and get a better grasp on the public perception of such a system.
PRT is what's called an automated people mover. It was built in the early 1970s, went into service in 1975. Primary function is really just to provide a transportation means to get across Morgantown and to connect the three Morgantown campuses. Came into being just because of traffic congestion and the challenging topography of Morgantown and things like that prevented or hindered traffic, right? So that's why it was made.
Approximately 2.2 miles of concrete dual guideway now connect three stations located in Morgantown's downtown business district and West Virginia University's downtown and Evansdale campuses. A maintenance operation center is nearly completed. Passengers will summon PRT vehicles by pushing a button. The controlling computer will locate the nearest vehicle, direct it to stop for passengers, and will route it to the proper station. The PRT is powered by electricity, so its operation doesn't contribute to local air pollution. The vehicles glide on rubber-tired wheels which eliminate most noise and ensure a soft, jolt-free ride at speeds up to 30 miles an hour. During heavy traffic periods, the PRT vehicles will run at 15-second intervals and will make scheduled stops at the three stations. At other times, vehicles will be available upon individual demand.
We carry on average around 12 to 15,000 students a day when school's in session. The design spec is to move 1,200 people from Beechhurst to engineering within 20 minutes. So that's the design spec that was built. It's an electric system, so each vehicle has a what's called a collector arm that plugs into a power rail that runs along the PRT guideway that powers each vehicle and allows them to move along the track. Each vehicle was built on a 1970 Dodge truck chassis, actually, so it's very close to just a normal car that's energized out there driving around on the PRT guideway. The big difference in what we do and what we're able to do here is why we're kind of personal rapid transit is we can do point to point, right? So most of the things that are somewhat similar you're running on a set schedule, right? So you get on at stop A and you want to go to stop D, you've got to stop at A, B, C, and D to be able to get there. Well, what makes the PRT unique is that you can get on at Walnut Station and you can go direct to Hospital Station or direct to Engineering Station. So it makes it much more efficient, right? So you don't have to stop at all those stops. So that's really what makes us different and sets us apart. So originally when the system was built, we had 73 vehicles after phase one. And first phase one was from Walnut to Engineering, and that was 45 vehicles. And then they went to 73 total vehicles once phase two came into being, which was I think in 78. Now we're down to actually 69 vehicles. We've lost some just through obsolescence of parts and things like that that we can't replace, and then that's kind of where we are. The system normally runs with about 40 vehicles is kind of the right amount to have active during one day, just to keep them running efficiently through each zone of the system. So. Yeah, so there's a big kind of misnomer, an urban legend that the PRT is not efficient or not doesn't run well, right? So our availability is over 98%, and it has been for the past 3-4 years since I've been here. We're currently around 98.4% available, so that means that every hour or every minute that we're scheduled to be running, we run 98.4% of that time. So it runs better than gets a bad rap. Once you have a bad experience on the PRT, you think, oh man, that thing's awful. But the vast majority of the time, it is a reliable and efficient way to travel campus.
The PRT is one of the biggest research and development projects in West Virginia's history. Ultimately, the system will serve all 3 West Virginia University campuses and downtown Morgantown. But now, testing continues on the first phase of the PRT. Transportation experts, engineers, and frustrated motorists everywhere are watching the development of this futuristic transit system in the Appalachian Mountains, hoping the PRT will provide a viable alternative in urban transportation.
This was designed to be the demonstration project that would prove that automated people movers could be put in an urban setting and provide an alternate means for transportation. There was a great move towards urbanization in the 60s, so people were moving into cities and traffic congestion and all that sort of thing was happening. So the hope was that this system would prove, hey, this is a good alternate means of transportation that would then be accepted and implemented in other cities all across the country. But unfortunately it didn't happen. It's kind of interesting that we've kind of come full circle with PRTs and PRT-like things are back in fashion, right? There's several companies that have come to visit us just this year that are building similar systems or want to build similar systems in urban areas, like one at the Atlanta airport, one in the San Jose airport, and some other places around. So